Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 48 of Shattered Image, and this one is titled Mum Holds the Reins. It's stupid if you ask me, you mumbled. So you gotta do that makeup thing with Bakugo then? Sero asked as you fell in step and walked to the front doors of the school. Yeah, I guess, you said with a shrug. I guess at least you know him, Sero replied. Yeah, it's not too bad, you shrugged. Him, Kiri and Denki are okay, I guess. And Ida. What about me? Sero asked. Am I okay? You're a bit sketchy, you joked, giving him the side-eye. Not as sketchy as you, he replied, and you elbowed him, which made him grunt as soon as you struck him. Anyway, you don't seem to like the girls, though. Yeah, because they're all fake asses, you said sourly. Have you got any evidence? Sero asked. You're being a bit critical without having even spoken to them. No, I'm not, you snapped. I don't like Little Miss Perfect, who was all up in your face before. Who, Momo? Sero asked with surprise. She was asking about you, because she cares. Nah, she wants you, and she was trying to get you to talk, so she used a subject that she knew that you would talk about, so she could flirt with you, you said. What? Sero asked with surprise. Is that what you thought was happening? No way. I wouldn't be flirting with her. I don't even like her like that. I already told you that. I like someone else. You fell silent then. You weren't sure if he was waiting for you to ask who, but you just couldn't bring yourself to ask the question, just in case, the off chance, that he would say someone else. Sero eyed you, waiting. He really did want to tell you, but he also worried that you might reject him. There was no telling what you were thinking. So Mum's probably going to be home when I get home, you said, switching subjects heavily. Yeah? Sero asked. Yeah, I think her and Dad had a talk, you heard them this morning, you said. I don't know what kind of mess I'm going to walk into. Did you need me to stay? He asked hopefully. Nah, you shook your head. Okay, well, call me if you need me, he said, and you nodded. Yeah, right, you replied. Oh, and also, do you remember Vix, one of the girls I hung with before? Yeah, Fox is, Sero said. Yeah, she messaged me this morning. She said she heard my voice laughing last night when we went and hung out in town, you said with a smirk. She said that she was happy that I was happy. Is she a bad one? Sero asked hesitantly, a little worried that someone had come back from your past. Nah, she was okay. I don't know where Talon stood, but Hanny was definitely the bad influence, you replied. Are you going to chat more with Vix? Sero asked. Dunno, you shrugged. I don't really feel like I need her as a friend. I have you. Yeah, Sero said. I'm the only one you need. You hummed, feeling a little flustered at him being so forward about it. You chatted lightly for the rest of the walk home, and Sero stopped outside your place. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow? He asked. I'll come and stop by tomorrow morning to pick you up. Yeah, okay, you nodded, turning to head to your place. You walked towards the front door and Sero watched you go and waited until you had gone inside before turning and heading off down the road himself. I hope she calls me if she needs me, he thought, smiling to himself. Man, I just want to tell her how I feel. I want her to feel the same way. I want to be able to call her mine and treat her right. The air in your house felt different when you stepped in, and you closed the door behind you before calling out. I'm home, you called. You could hear movement in the house, but no one replied to you, so you took your shoes off, dropped your bag off your shoulders, and then stepped into the hallway, still with Sero's jumper on. It had become a bit of a protective barrier for you. Mum? You called, poking your head into the empty kitchen. Okay, that's weird, you thought when she wasn't there. Dad? You called, and you heard voices again, but they obviously hadn't heard you or didn't want to reply just yet. You stepped back out into the hallway and listened and then headed for the stairs. Up you walked, listening to the muffled sounds until you got to the top and walked slowly towards your parents' bedroom. Their door was closed, but they were definitely on the other side. Mum? You asked again, pausing at their door and tilting your ear towards it. All went quiet on the other side, and then your mum replied. Yes, she asked. You okay? You asked. Can I come in? A moment, please, you heard your dad say, and you waited, hearing someone blowing their nose on the other side of the door. Then you heard your father's footsteps come to the door, and it was opened for you. You had never seen your dad cry, and when he opened the door, he wasn't crying, but his eyes were bloodshot and swollen, and you knew that he had been crying quite hard, just by the look of him. "Where's Mum?" you asked, looking past him and spotting your mum sitting on the bed with tissues in her hands. She looked a wreck, and your heart ached. You'd never seen your mum like this, and it really pained you to see her this way, your aching heart suddenly being gripped by anger. "Who made you cry, Mum?" you asked, that anger jumping to the foreground. "Yin, come here, my sweet," she said, her bottom lip quivering as she opened an arm for you to come to her. You did, and walked over and then leaned into her arms as you sat down on the bed beside her. "Mum, what's wrong?" "It's been a big day for me today," your mum said sadly. "I've been told some truths that have been hidden away for a long time, and I just need some time to process them all." You looked back at your dad, your eyes glowering at him. "You made her cry," you snapped. "Yin, I never wanted you or Mum to find out about my past, but my skeletons in the closet have grown sentient and have come for me," he said. "I hope you can forgive me for not speaking about this sooner, but I'm finally telling my side of the story." "If you had brought us up in the truth, you wouldn't be here hurting people with your years of refusing to talk about it," you snapped. "I would have been so much better off knowing about my quirk, but no, I had to find out from my teacher, who spent his own time and resources to help me. My teacher, not even my family, a random person who cared more about me than my own dad," you snapped, standing up. "I get that you're angry," your dad said. Your mum started crying again in the background, and her tears fueled your anger. "Now what? You think I'm going to just forgive you and pretend that everything's fine? This is just the beginning," you said, squaring up to him. "What can I do to help you?" he asked. "Stay out of my way, and don't make Mum cry again," you seethed. "Would you prefer that I leave?" he asked you, his begging eyes praying that you would say no, and you took a deep breath in, ready to say yes. "Please don't," your mum suddenly begged. "Please don't go." You looked back at your mum. "Yin," your mum said in a wobbly voice, standing up. "I know this is hard for you. It's hard for me too, but your dad is a good man. He's tried his best to move on from his past and be a better man. Can't you see? His past will not be your future. We'll make sure of that as a family, together, okay?" she asked, tears pouring down her face. You were stuck now. You loved your mum, but you were so mad at your dad. You had to agree with your mum, though. He was different from all of his other family members with this quirk, but still you couldn't help but be annoyed that he had kept all of this from you. "I love you," your mum said to you, "and I love your dad, and I want us to work through this. We can do this. I believe in us. Let's make a deal. No more secrets and no more hiding of feelings. We're all here for each other. Let's be open-minded and accepting," she said hopefully. Oh, good old mum. She's going to hold everyone together. Now, there ends this week. I'll see you next week for more Heard You Like Me and more Shattered Image. See you then.